Good day, everyone. I'm Selvan, doing Masters in Bioengineering at Empathic Computing Laboratory at the University of Auckland. In this work, I'm going to talk about adapting Fitts law and in-back task to assess hand proprioception. Proprioception is the body's ability to sense the position and movement of each limb as well as the amount of effort exerted onto or by them. In this work, we are proposing the use of Fitts law along with in-back task to evaluate proprioception of the hand. We evaluated 15 distinct points at the back of the hand, such as knuckle, middle knuckle, nail, across all fingers using extended 3D Fitts law. In the past, there have been several related works to evaluate and measure proprioception. Looking at more modern works, Weicheli developed a portable device called proprioceptometer, which measures joint position sense. Han Helios provided in-depth review of measuring proprioception, but none of the above research works measure proprioception for the proposed task. Proprioceptive interface and interactions are commonly leveraged in HCI, yet there exists a gap in methods to objectively evaluate proprioception in HCI. Additionally, measuring proprioception will rarely under different cognitive load levels, which is highly likely in the everyday scenario and will influence proprioception. These problem statements led us to propose the use of Fitts law along with NBAT task to assess proprioception. In order to In order to fill the gap, we went on to design a study. The main goal of the study is to determine the level of proprioception for topographic region of the back of the hand under cognitive load by adapting Fitts law. In the study, we asked participants to tap 15 distinct points of the back of the hand, simultaneously answering to in-back tasks. We used OptiTrack system to track the right index of the finger. We used in-back task to keep the participants in constant cognitive load. We visually showed where participants to tap on the back of the hand and a divider to obstruct the view of the hand. This study is modeled such a way to match a real-time scenario. From the past Fitts work, the most suitable Fitts law work for the particular task was extended Fitts law by Murata Iwasa and Cha Myong work. We computed both Fitts law using the data from the OptiTrack system. The angle theta 1 and theta 2 were computed using trigonometric calculations as illustrated in the figure. Prior to this study, we measured the width of each finger using vernier caliper, which was used in this calculation of Fitts ID, that is, index of difficulty. From the graph in the left, moment time versus index of difficulty using Morita-Iwasa extended Fitts law, the linear regression value is closer to 1, meaning it has a stronger linear relationship compared to Cha and Muang Fitts ID, although both of them did not perform very well with our data. This non-linearity is because of the variation in target size due to finger widths variation in the participants' fingers. The participants are required to simultaneously perform the tapping task and answer to the n-back task. From our study, we found that participants tried to touch the target followed by answering the n-back task. When we look about index of difficulty across fingers, index of difficulty increases gradually from thumb to pinky finger. This can be validated by a study which shows that index and thumb fingers have larger activation volume in somatosensory cortex during fMRI study. The ID is lowest in the followed. The ID is lowest for the knuckle, followed by middle joint, and finally the fingertip, excluding thumb. Generally, this can be validated by humans usually perceive their body, especially their fingers, to be smaller when there are no visual cues. Secondly, there is more concentrated muscle mass in the palms compared to finger, which means more mechanoreceptors, which aids proprioception. In our study, we only tested a specific body part as well as a specific orientation. And there are different types of actual target sizes for Fitts law, and distance remains the same throughout the study. However, in the study, the target distance was same, but the target size were not same due to participants' finger width variation. Different people have different tolerance towards the cognitive load, which also might influence our study. In future, We'll propose an extended fit law specifically for assessing hand proprioception as opposed to adapting current known models. Thank you. For more details, please refer to our paper. If you have any queries and questions, please mail to us. Thank you.